Today, I'm going to show you how to make coffee shake using instant coffee. So I have been asked to do this, and I have made a lot of recipes in 12 ounces and 16 ounces. This time, I'm going to show you the more popular cup size, which is the large size, 22 ounces. If you want to make this for home, just follow the recipes and reduce it a little bit so it will be just the manageable size, which is about 360 to 500 milliliters. So all the recipes are in my book, The Basic Barista. So if you haven't yet got a copy, make sure you get one. Details on how to order in the description box below. Is it frappe or is it frappe? Well, some people would call it frappe, which is the Greek frappe, but others would simply call it frappe. I would call it frappe with an E at the end. So you either pronounce the E as in frappe, or you just pronounce it as frappe with an E, silent E, whatever. So I'm going to call it frappe. The common ingredients to all these recipes would be the instant coffee. You can use any brand. My milk syrup, which is a combination of sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk, which I have already made into my combined milk syrup. And then I'm going to use sugar syrup for some of them, frappe base. Now this is important because you'd like to have a creamy texture as well as to bind all the ingredients together, and also water. Now to make all these frappe drinks, then you need a blender. For the flavors, I will show you as and when we make the drinks. Let's start with the first drink, strawberry frappe using instant coffee. For this, I'm going to use my local strawberry syrup here from Thailand, and I'm going to match it with my strawberry sauce, which is going to be the decoration on top of my whipped cream. So what we're going to do is to put everything into the blender, and in my recipe book you'll see that I use hot water to first dissolve the instant coffee, but this time I'm not going to do that, but I will still keep the water to add into this, because if you don't have enough water in the blend, your blender is going to work very hard. So I'll start with my 2 ounces or 60 ml of my room temperature water, and then add my milk syrup, also 60 ml. And this time I'm going to use my strawberry syrup, but I don't have a pump for this, so I'm just going to measure it. I'm going to use 30 ml or 1 ounce. By the way, 1 ounce is 30 ml in my recipes, okay? So 30 ml of my strawberry syrup there. It is looking pink now. And finally, we're going to add our dry ingredients, which is our instant coffee. For instant coffee, I'm using 4 teaspoons. So 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. So this is a tablespoon. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon and a bit. That will be equivalent to about 4 teaspoons. And then my other ingredient, which is very important, is the frappe base. Okay, so there you go. And now we're going to add ice. For the ice, I'm using a measuring scoop here, which is equal to 20 ounces, good for your 22 ounces cup. But because you have a lot of liquid here, I suggest that you don't fill it to the top. Okay, so add the ice there, and we're going to give it a spin in the blender. Blend it for about 30 to 45 seconds. So when you blend, you start with the pulse, and then blend. Looking good and smelling, wow, strawberry. Okay, now let's pour it into our serving cup here. Perfect. If you follow my measurement, then you'll get the perfect proportion that is used for each of your cups. Okay, and now the icing on the cake is the whipped cream. Now I'm using here a commercial whipped cream. That is, it comes with a dispenser. And I'm going to finish it off with my strawberry sauce. There you go. Let's put the lid on. Strawberry frappe using instant coffee. Next drink, we're going to make white chocolate frappe, and that is using my local brand here of white chocolate sauce. And so let's go ahead and put everything into our blender. So again, I'm going to use my 2 ounces or 60 ml of water into the blender, and I'm going to use the same amount of milk syrup, 60 ml, into the blender, all of them, and then I'm going to add my white chocolate sauce. So again, I don't have a pump for this. If you're going to use this regularly in your shop, then I suggest you get a pump. It's a lot faster, but I'm going to use 1 ounce or 30 ml. And if you're using a pump, that is about 4 pumps. White chocolate sauce smells so good. I love the smell of this one. It's just that I really like my chocolate brown, but white chocolate is a good substitute. And finally, not quite finally, I'm going to add my powdered ingredients, and that will be my instant coffee. I need 4 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon and a bit, so there you go. And my final ingredient is my frappe base. So frappe base, I'm going to need 1 tablespoon. So I think this is all about 1 tablespoon here. So into my blender, and now we're going to add the ice. So ice, be easy, go easy on it, because we have enough liquid in the blender already. So now let's go ahead and give it a short spin, about 30 to 45 seconds of blending. Okay, so and then okay, it's now looking good. It is smooth, smelling of white chocolate syrup there. And now to pour into my serving glass here. So again, it should give you the exact amount there. Okay, so do not use a full 22-ounce cup for the blend. And now to just top it up with whipped cream. So for the whipped cream, it's always optional, but it is a premium once you put your whipped cream. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here, and this is my white chocolate frappe. Third drink, it is going to be caramel macchiato frappe. And for this, I'm going to use a combination of vanilla syrup and also caramel sauce. You can also make caramel and caramel, but because I'm trying to finish my vanilla syrup here, so I'm going to use vanilla syrup and caramel sauce. Okay, so the same way, I'm going to put everything into my blender here. And first, it is the milk syrup, that's 2 ounces or 60 ml, and then I'm going to add water. The same amount of water, 2 ounces. If you'd like it to be more icy, you can reduce the amount of water and add more ice instead. But the blender will work harder if you don't have enough liquid in your blend, okay? And then I'm going to add my vanilla syrup, but this time I'm going to use 30 ml, that's 4 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps, okay. The last pump did not seem to be complete, so I added a little bit more. So, but altogether, you get the idea. It is 30 ml of vanilla syrup. And then I'm going to add my dried ingredients. So 1 tablespoonful, and then a bit, so making it about 4 teaspoons of my instant coffee mix, instant coffee, and then my frappe base, 1 level tablespoon into there, and then finally add ice. Okay, so ice, I'm not using a full portion scoop here, so just that, and now we are ready to give it a spin. Okay, so pop into the blender and pause. Pour it into our serving cup. It is very liquidy, but also icy. Okay, so there you go. That is just about the right amount there. And to finish this off, use whipped cream. Now, drizzle of caramel sauce on top. Caramel macchiato frappe using instant coffee. 3 drinks down, 2 more to go. I'm giving you 5 recipes here. And this time, my main flavor will be chocolate. And easy access, I'm using Milo here. So I'm going to use Milo, combine it with my homemade chocolate sauce. If you haven't yet seen my recipe on how to make homemade chocolate sauce, do check out the video link above. So we're going to put all our ingredients into our blender here, same as always. And into this, I'm going to start with my milk syrup. I need 2 ounces or 60 ml of water there. And because it's going to be a powdered flavor, which is the Milo, I'm going to use my sugar syrup. So sugar syrup will be 30 ml or 1 ounce. So this pump is 10 ml. I'm going to put 3 pumps. So that's 1, 2, 3 pumps of my sugar syrup. Again, this is homemade. If you haven't yet seen the video on how to make this, do check out the link above. You're right. 1 tablespoon of Milo, or 1 and a bit, so making it equal amount to your instant coffee. Frappe base, 1 tablespoon, the same for all of our drinks. And then finally, our instant coffee, which is 4 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon and a bit. Okay, now we are going to add ice and we are ready to blend. Looking good, ready to serve. Okay, so let's pour the blend smoking, although it's cold, into my serving cup here, 22 ounces. There you go. This is the right amount. So here, it shouldn't be too full, otherwise your whipped cream wouldn't look very nice on top there. Whipped cream, our chocolate sauce, and if you're like me, I love Milo, you can also add some Milo powder on top. Mochaccino using instant coffee and Milo. For the final drink, it is going to be a special one, Java chip Frappuccino. And for that, I'm going to use chocolate chips, starting with water and then my milk syrup. So as the sweetener is only the milk syrup, I'm going to add more, which is using my sugar syrup. This is 1 ounce, 30 ml, 3 pumps, 3 pumps of my sugar syrup there. And then I'm going to add my instant coffee, 1 and a bit, so that's 4 teaspoons. And then my frappe base, which is 1 level tablespoon, 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of my chocolate chips. Now, in case you don't know, Java, it means coffee, so that's the old name of coffee. So now we're going to add ice and give it a spin. There you go. Pop it into the blender and pour into our serving cup. There you go. Again, it is the perfect amount for our 22-ounce cup. And this time, I'm going to just sprinkle some chocolate chips on top. And this is my Java chip Frappuccino. Wow, you can see all those bits of chocolate chips there. Can't wait to try it. God, it is kind of exhausting, but I am happy with all of them. Now it's time for the moment of truth. So this is my caramel macchiato. And it's perfect. Wow, the taste of the coffee is rather strong. It's perfect. Do not reduce the amount of coffee. If you put like just 1 tablespoon instead of my 4 teaspoons here, then I don't think you'll taste the coffee. Here, the coffee is very, very prominent. This one is using my Neslo frappe. And that is Milo and Nescafe. Let's give it a try. The first sip is just something very mysterious. Definitely not just coffee, not just chocolate, but it is coffee and chocolate together. Mocha is my favorite, so this one does not disappoint. So I'm happy with this. Okay, now this is my white chocolate mocha. This is going to be rather sweet, I think, because white chocolate sauce or syrup is also very sweet. Let me give it a try. That is very, very strongly white chocolate. And the taste of the coffee is there as well. Next is the one that I really want to try, and this is my Java chip Frappuccino. A lot of chocolate bits there. Wow, this is my kind of drink. Delicious. Finally, just to give it a different flavor, I'm using strawberry frappe. Wow, I think this is my favorite of all the 5 drinks here in front of me, but they're all very good. If you're planning to start an instant coffee business, a coffee shake business, then these recipes will get you started in the right directions. All of these would be bestsellers, I would think, because these are not your regular frappe flavors, although caramel macchiato is by far the most popular blended drink at Starbucks, but then give the other flavors a try, and I'm sure you will be equally delighted. I wish you all the best, and if you do start a business following my recipes, do let me know. I would like to know your progress. In the meantime, take care, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now. Click that subscribe button.